So I know I wanted y'all to do this, these two example problems on your own, but second thought, I want to do those together because we're going to have a whole paper dedicated to you doing this by yourself. All right. So if we're looking at A, we're going to do the same exact steps as what we did up here. Okay. So let's look at our X's part right here. So in order to get from 10 to 20, and you can only add or subtract, what did you have to do? Hopefully, you know, we had to just add 10, okay? Then from 20 to 30, same thing, add 10. 30 to 40, same thing, add 10. All right, so far that's looking constant, which is good. All right, now let's try this side. In order to get from 165 down to 143, okay, and you can only add or subtract. Well, obviously, we subtracted some, but let's figure out how much we subtracted. So to get from 165 down to 143, looks like I subtracted 22. All right, so then what about from 143 down to 123? So take my calculator, type 143 minus 123 in. Uh-oh, I got a different number. That says minus 20. Okay, let's try this last one. All right, so 123 minus 99 is what that says. Uh-oh, another not constant number. All right, so the fact that we have different numbers here, but all the same right here on the X's side, lets us know that this is not going to be constant. It's also not going to be linear if you were to graph it. So we're going to make a little arrow here and put not the same change. Not the same change. All right, so whenever they ask you for your constant rate of change here, which is change in Y over change in X, we're going to put no constant rate. All right, no constant rate. So that table kind of sucked. So let's go to the graph here. So hopefully our graph can maybe give us a constant rate. All right, so first thing you have to make sure you do on all graphs, okay, unless they look like this and they don't give you any increments, which you can assume each box is going to go by ones. But if you look right here, they gave us increments and it doesn't look like they're going by ones. So what you have to make sure you do is pay attention to how the increments are going. So if we start on the X portion right here, if they went from 0 and then skipped a line and then went to 8, what's a halfway point from 0 to 8? 4. Okay. Same thing right here. If they went from 8 all the way to 16 and they skipped a line, what's a halfway point between 8 and 16? 12. So it looks like these are just going by 4s if you look at the boxes. So 4, 8, 12, 16. That means this is 20. This is 24. This is 28. That's 32. This is 36. All right, so we know what each box is going by. And the X, now let's try to figure out on the Y. All right, so they give you this little zigzag here. Anytime they give you that, that's representing that they wanted to skip some information on the number line. That way your number line doesn't look like it's mentioning too many numbers, okay? So what you're gonna wind up doing is just seeing from here, this point right here, to this point, which is a 40, okay? So if you're going from this point to 40, We don't really know how much information that is yet, but it looks like if you went from 40 to 60 and they skipped a line, what's a number between 40 and 60? 50. So automatically then you can know that this one is going by 30. So it looks like you're just going by tens. All right, what about from 60 to 80? Midpoint between those two? It's going to be 70. So these are just going by tens the whole way. All right, so now we can go ahead and figure out what our numbers are going by, okay? So just like up here, they told you that all you have to do is just pick 2 points. Okay, so let's pick 2 points. I'm going to pick this one right here up at the top and this one right here in the middle. All right, so if I'm trying to go from here to here, and why not? Let's draw this whole line out. Okay, so if I'm going from this dot to this dot, and I have to rise with my Y on top and run with my X on bottom, then let's do the rise first. Why not? Okay, so rise means you had to go up or down, okay? So it looks like automatically, if I look at this line and I'm looking left to right, it looks like the whole line is going down. So that means we know that it's negative, okay? And if that's the case, then whenever I'm looking at my Y, it looks like I'm gonna have to go down by a couple of boxes. All right, so there's 1 box, there's 2 boxes. How much did we say each box was worth? All right, if we look here, we said that it was worth 10 a piece, right? So 1 box right here on the Y is worth 10. 2 boxes then is worth 20. Okay, and what happens if we go from here to here? Because we got to figure out the run now. Well, that's 2 boxes as well. But remember, what did we say each box was worth down here? We said each box was worth 4, okay? So here's 4, and here's 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. And then why not? Just for the sake of the notes, we'll make sure we write how much each box was worth. So I wrote 10s right here, and then I wrote 4s right here. Okay? So here is your rise over your run. Now, if you wind up simplifying that, because usually they say we have to divide, then we've got 20 divided by 8. So I'm just typing that in on the calculator. Uh-oh. It went dead. Anyway, 20 divided by 8 equals 2.5. But remember, we said it was negative. So there you go. That is it for those notes. So make sure you do a similar type of thing on this. I almost missed it. On this paper. Okay, front and back. Need any help, please let me know.